Hi, boys and girls. Today we're working on lesson 3 in Eureka Math. So for my students, that's page 11. So I'm going to pull up my ladybug so you can follow along as I work on lesson 3. So the directions say to use a straight edge to draw the polygon with the given attributes in the space to the right. So a straight edge is a ruler. So if you need to pause the video right now and go get your ruler and then come join me. So we're going to use a ruler or straight edge to draw the polygon, which is just a plain shape, a flat shape with at least 3 sides, with the given attributes, which are characteristics in the space to the right. So let's have a look at letter A. Draw a polygon with 3 angles. And then they want us to identify the number of sides and the name of the polygon. Well, in lessons 1 and 2, we discovered that if a polygon has 3 angles, it's also going to have 3 sides, and a 3-sided shape is a triangle. So now I'm going to use my straight edge or ruler to draw a triangle. And your triangle can look very different than mine as long as it has 3 straight sides and 3 angles or corners. It is a triangle. So I'm going to pull out here. And then I'm going to use my straight edge to connect those 2 points. Okay, so, and there's my 1, 2, 3 angles and 1, 2, 3 sides. You don't need to label that. I just wanted to show you. All right, draw a 5-sided polygon. Well, if it has 5 sides, I know that it's also going to have 5 angles. And if you remember back from our previous lesson, lesson 2 on Tuesday, we said that a 5-sided polygon is called a pentagon. So I have to come up with 5 sides. What I think I'm going to do is make a bottom, make 2 sides, and then, oops, this one's a little bit shorter, so I'm going to try to free draw that as straight as can be. And then I'm going to make a slanted top like this. Now it's a little hard to squeeze in because I don't have a ton of room to do that. But now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. And it looks a little bit like the frame of a house. Like here would be the roof, okay? And here would be the main body part of the house. Okay, continuing on, letter C. Draw a polygon with 4 angles. So I know that it's also going to have 4 sides. And remember, a quadrilateral is the name of a 4-sided polygon. So I'm just going to write quad to fit that one in here. So an example of a quadrilateral is a square. That happens to be a quadrilateral that has 4 sides that are the same length. And a rectangle is another quadrilateral. All right, so it looks like I'm going to have to do a rectangle because there's not enough space in here for me to make all 4 sides exactly the same length. Okay, oops, I have to make sure my corners meet there to create the angle. All right, and letter D, draw a 6-sided polygon. So it will also have 6 angles. and that is called a hexagon. So a triangle has 3 sides and angles. A quadrilateral has 4 sides and angles. A pentagon has 5 sides and angles, and a hexagon has 6 sides and angles. Decided to go back and circle those angles. So I need to create a 6-sided shape. Come down here and give myself a little bit more room. I think I'm going to make a top, excuse me, that was my bottom, a top and bottom, and then do 2 sides on the left and right. And I am pretty good at drawing straight lines. So just for the sake of time for us, I'm going to go ahead and draw that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angles. Now we're going to skip letter E because that is working with a partner. So we are ready to go ahead and turn onto the back. So my directions tell me that once again, we're going to use the straight edge to draw 2 new examples of each polygon that are different from those you drew on the first page. So letter A is triangle. We have to draw 2 different triangles, but it must look different from whatever we did on the front. So I think what I'm going to do is draw a regular triangle. And boys and girls, I realize I am not using my straight edge. That is a ruler. That is to help us draw nice straight lines. If you are able to draw nice straight lines where the corners meet to create a point, then I think you're okay to not use your ruler. If you wanted to maybe use your ruler to draw one line to get yourself started, that might be a good idea. So here is a triangle that is different. And I think what I'm going to do in my next one is have sort of like that be my side and then have it meet like that. Okay, so there are my 2 triangles that are different. I know they're all triangles because they have 3 sides and 3 angles. Pentagon is letter B. So I'm going to go back and look. This is the pentagon that I drew on my first side. So a pentagon has 5 sides. So I need to come up with a different type of pentagon. Well, you know what? We can really make it look any way that we want. So here is 1 side, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there is a 5-sided shape. So that's one example of a pentagon. And let's see, I'm going to kind of just have some fun with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is another pentagon. Okay. Quadrilateral, we know quad means 4. So on this side, I had at first decided I wanted to try to do a square, but I wasn't able to fit 4 sides that were exactly the same length. So since I have more space here, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I think I'm going to use my ruler and measure. There's exactly 3 centimeters. So then I could line up the 3 centimeter mark. Oh no, I still don't really have enough room. Well, it's okay. I'm going to come a little bit outside of the box, and that's all right. So I'm going to measure this 3-point here and measure from that 0 starting point. And then I'm going to connect my sides for the top. So there is a square quadrilateral where I have 4 sides that are exactly the same length. And then I think for my second example, I am going to make a trapezoid, which is another example of a quadrilateral that you're probably familiar with. Okay, so now we are ready for our last one, the hexagon. So a hexagon is a 6-sided polygon. So I need to make 2 examples of shapes with 6 sides that are different from what we drew here. So really we can just kind of have fun with this and make something completely different. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just count and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is an example of a hexagon. And then another 6-sided shape. How about I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as we see, triangles, pentagons, quadrilaterals, hexagons, they can all look very different. The important thing is how many sides and angles they have. So a triangle always has 3 sides and angles. A pentagon has 5. A quadrilateral has 4, and a hexagon has 6. So boys and girls, what I would like for you to do now is complete the homework pages that go with lesson 3 and then upload a picture to our classroom Google Drive. Okay, bye.